Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Hoppe Hour.
The following message is from Dwayne the Mattress Guy from Mattress by Appointment, Hillsborough.
Hey Ryan, just calling in for Hoppe in the Morning. Your podcast's been killing it lately. Been loving it. Got the good vibes going. Nice job. That's right. We're doing 50 to 80% off retail. We've got the $25 down plan. Got to call me, text me. You know my number, 813-452-5555. We'll set up a private showing. Come take a look at all the queens that we got on display, but I've also got kings, fulls, and twins. Whatever you like. We're taking on the same day. Just the other day, a guy was in Javane, came in, I think 2 weeks ago. He was looking for a king, got the mattress and the box spring. And he had a 1 o'clock appointment with me on, I think it was on a Thursday. And we had it in his bedroom before 2 o'clock. It was like 10 minutes to 2. I was pulling up to his house. So, I mean, it's not easy. And, I take care of my people. One-on-one. I don't have a bunch of employees. Yeah, 813-452-5555. Ryan, you're doing a good job there. Thanks a lot. Appreciate all your help, and that's why I love using Mattress by Appointment to sponsor the podcast. Take it easy, man.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Oh, yes. It's that time of the year here in Tampa Bay, Florida, St. Petersburg, Florida, Clearwater, Florida, the most important election. The Creative Loafing Best of the Bay. Go to cltampa.com. Vote me Best Local Radio Personality. And you also can vote me Best Local Podcast. All right, that's enough of that. 856-49-HOPPE. It's 856-494-6773. Hi, you are tuned in to Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe, obviously. We got a lot to get into. I see this here, and this headline to me did not surprise me. It did not throw me for a loop. It also made me feel kind of old. This is from the Daily Mail. Why Tinder is toxic for young women. 10 years after its launch, the swipe right dating app promise of sexual liberation is working for a minority of men. But here's the weird part, is in the beginning, people really tried to have integrity when it came to Tinder. And then it became a hookup app for millennials in their early 20s that just wanted to get laid. But the biggest problem with dating apps since the beginning of time is they were supposed to be created for relationships. Dating apps were supposed to be created to find your one and only. The problem is it got infiltrated by sluts of all genders that just used it for hookups. So then the people that were on it looking for a relationship, being told that the dating app was for relationships but was just for hookups, they would have in their bio, no hookups, looking for a relationship. And I was like, okay, well, swipe left. And then they're getting mad in a warranted way because they were being told this is going to be where you find your relationship, but it was just where you would get a HJ after our first date. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Tinder, the idea of it seemed good for people looking for relationships, but it's not. The sexual revolution was supposed to set us free. No more shame. No. Okay, here's the thing. I'm not even reading this because it's an opinion piece. But there was always a very easy solution to when it came to Tinder and Bumble. Don't use it. It's that simple. Nobody ever went on Tinder and Bumble and was like, oh my God, I feel better about yourself. But you went on it because when you're single and you're looking to mingle, you're like, let's see what's out there. I don't know. The problem that a lot of women did on there, but I've also heard men did, was they're like so gung-ho, I must find a relationship. No, not going to do any hookups, not going to have sex after the third date or whatever. But no, I'm waiting for a relationship. And then when everybody else is like, we're just trying to chill, man, the people that were looking for relationships were like, well, then screw me. And it's like, that's what we've been trying to do the whole time.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Oh, yes. Following segment. Who should I attach that segment to? Let me think here. FitSageFitness.net, man. He is a good guy. He's a sage. Here's the thing. You can sign up for his workouts at FitSageFitness.net, and he's got different memberships and whatnot. Go there and tell him I sent you. FitSageFitness.net.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Someone hooked me up with a flame. I'm having a neck fit.
Light him up.
Meatwad?
Here.
Encourage him in his habit.
That's a good smoker.
When did you start smoking?
This morning. Where's my whiskey? I'm gonna get tore up.
We shall acquire some wine on the way to the mall.
And then you can get tore up.
And pass out in the hot sun.
That's my boys.
I don't think Meatwad should be hanging around with these moon people.
Call Hoppe now. 856-49-HOPPE. Tweet at him at Ryan Hoppe Radio. Or chat him live via the Hoppe Radio app.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
So recently, been fights at baseball games. But what is the opposite of fighting? Love. And there was some love up there in Toronto. Fans caught having sex during game, allegedly. I'm looking at the picture. There's nothing alleged about that missionary position. I mean, he is just going at it in the aisle at the bleachers. Oh, it sounds so sanitary. Baseball field's ground. Oh, let's have sex. Why do I have a UTI? Why do I have bumps on my body? Maybe it's because of him, though. Baseball is continuing to make spectators outrageously horny. I don't know if that's exactly true. I mean, just because you're having sex in literally the seating area of a baseball field does not mean the game's making you horny. You just went there horny. You're not like, oh my God, batter up. I'm so horny now. Although it would turn on people that are into butts because, because another couple has been caught for engaging in an alleged sexual act inside there at a Blue Jays game. As TMZ previously reported, one fan was allegedly caught giving what appeared to be oral sex to a fan at an Oakland A's game, which that had to be the most exciting things that ever happened at an Oakland A's game. Oh, yeah, Ryan, don't rip into them. They had the whole Moneyball where they were ahead of their time in how they picked baseball players. Did it win them a World Series? Moneyball? Shut up! Did Jonah Hill, being skinny, playing a baseball executive nerd, win them a World Series? Shut up! Nope. This was at Rogers Center for the Jays matchup against the Cubs when the two fans began to screw. Let's see what the audio is. It's just the clapping, but it shows them just going at it. Like, I want to know what the mindset is. It's one thing, I'm not saying to be sanitary, but it'd be one thing if you had sex in like the bathroom where at least you're like, okay, no one's around. But that is just a degaff attitude that is next level. It's equivalent to that couple. I remember I was just moving here from my old radio job that I worked at here in Tampa when I moved here in 2015. I remember one of the topics for that month of May 2015 was that couple, I think it was at like a Pinellas County beach. So I believe it was Clearwater. And a couple was just having full-on sex in the middle of the day. And then I think they got some time in jail. And I just don't get that, man. Like, you have to kind of be a sociopath to have sex in public, and you got to be a narcissist. Here's why. You're a sociopath because you're breaking the rules and doing things that are outlandish, and you're a narcissist because you think people want to see you have sex. I don't even want to see myself have sex. If I see there's a mirror in the bedroom, I don't even look at it. These people are like, oh my God, you should be so grateful. Our white trash ass from Pinellas Park were banging on the beach. By the way, never really had sex on the beach. other things. But I've never really gotten what the point would be. Oh, yeah, let's just get sand near our orifices. That sounds like that's going to really work out and be really nice. But then again, if you are having sex literally at a baseball game, or if you are having sex on a beach, I don't think you really care about the repercussions. You know what I mean? You're kind of a slut. And that goes for all genders. You're all sluts if you're having sex at a baseball game, or if you're having sex anywhere in public. No one needs to see it. No, if you're at Eyes Wide Shut, you're just wasting $100. I mean, oh, speaking of being a slut, here's Usher. They have this thing called Versus, which is an online show where they have two artists of the same category go up and like remix their hits, and then the people online vote who is a bigger name. So it'll be like, I don't know, Too Short versus E40, or it could be Ludacris versus, I don't know, Chingy. You know, they got two urban acts going up against each other. And this next headline here proves how much of a small man Usher is, how little he is, how much he suffers from small man syndrome. Usher says, no artist can take me on Versus. I'm the R&B king after all. Okay. If you're the R&B king, Usher, go on Versus and have the biggest episode of all time. If the almighty Usher, who is really talented, don't get me wrong, I love Confessions. I wouldn't want him to date my daughter, but I like Usher's music. Don't get me wrong. I also wouldn't let him bring any girl I knew to a club, or they're just going to make love in this club. But what I'm telling you is that if Usher is so big and so amazing, he would probably just go on Versus and get 100% of the votes. But he knows there's that little chance that he would lose on Versus, and he knows that no one's going to be able to make him go on. So he's just running his mouth. Usher. He's like the only dude that could give women herpes that gets away with it. You know what I mean? Like anybody else does it and they're scumbags, but Usher, oh. When you really go back and listen to Confessions, especially number 2, these are my confessions, like about having a kid in the side in that, man, when you're in 4th, 5th grade and that comes out, I know that makes some listeners feel old. You're like, yeah, he's really out there expressing himself. And then you're like, oh my God, you are a dirtbag. One would think you work in radio with that behavior. More than 40% of Americans believe a civil war is likely within the next 10 years, and 70% think political violence has increased since 2021, in new polls showing the U.S. is becoming even more divided. I don't even know how you can be even more divided. We're already so divided that the idea of this country becoming even more divided is frightening. 43% of adults overall believe the nation will fight a civil war within the next 10 years. I want to know who they interviewed for this. It's like the news is just trying to manifest the worst things happening. They go, oh, a recession's going to happen. Like, I know what's going to happen, but you don't need to like manifest it. Say, how can we survive during it? Or how can we do this or that? But it's these millionaire asswipe TV reporters that view us as peasants. So they're fear-mongering by saying a civil war in 10 years. I mean, we've already I don't want to say went through a civil war in the recent past few years, but there's moments with riots and everything that you're just like, we're not getting along. The biggest thing that I find fascinating about America is just you can go on a plane for 90 minutes to 2 hours and the culture is completely different than where you're at. It's almost like you're in another country. Like any of the radio that happens in Tampa would not last a second in Chicago. And any of the radio that happens in Chicago would not last a second in Tampa. It's just different things, different vibes, different tastes. And that's, to me, us being divided. Also, when you think about how small Europe is, and how big America is, it's weird. It's literally like you have 50 little countries of all different cultures. And then within those countries, you go to different parts of, let's say, Illinois, and then you're in the big city part, and then you're in the small town part. Like, America doesn't even make any sense. Like, we're all together as one, but we all have different interests, and you go anywhere and they talk bad about each other. Like, where have you ever gone in America where they didn't talk crap about where you're from? If you say you're from Chicago, people will say, oh, did you see murders? And then if you tell people you live in Florida, they go, oh, are you a Florida man? Or if you're in New York, they're like, oh, are you a scumbag? Like, we all mutually talk bad about each other. I'm just saying. And then this whole civil war in the next 10 years, I want to know what that's going to be like. I don't think it's going to be a civil war like the one that happened 200 years ago. I'm thinking more it's going to be a civil war in the fact that something's going to happen on the internet. And what I mean by that is this. Did you ever get that eerie feeling like from 2001 till 2020 where you're like, where are we going to have another 9/11? And I mean, we did have the recession crash in 2008, and then Trump did separate the country because everybody got so offended or so defending of him from 2016 to 2020 that there were things that happened from 2001 to 2020. But to me, there's going to be another COVID. I'm not saying there's never going to be another terrorist attack or there's never going to be another pandemic, but I predict the next thing that's going to happen will be not just like the Kanye West song Off the Grid. I believe that we will be off the grid. Think about that. You have no access to your bank account. You have no access to anything. That's going to be the real problem with the world. But then again, maybe it would teach us to live in the moment, you know, and not be on our phones. You ever tried not looking at your phone for a little bit and you're just hanging out and then you're thinking about not looking at your phone and you're like, wow, they really got us. I don't know if you ever have that, but I have that. 856-49-HOPPE. Mississippi's largest city runs out of water indefinitely. Over 180,000 people are left without drinking water and can't flush their toilets or take showers after floods made Jackson's water treatment plant fail. And I don't know why this isn't getting, more coverage. I'm not saying the raid of Mar-a-Lago isn't worth being talked about. I'm not saying the coverage against Joe Biden by Fox News should not be talked about. Because whatever network you go to, they're going to cover their crap. But maybe talk a little bit about Mississippi not having water. Oh, I'm sure they'll make a few documentaries on Netflix like they did for Flint, Michigan. And then we'll have hashtags from people that literally could just donate their money to help out. And then we'll move on. I don't even know if Flint, Michigan has water. It's one of those things where you better believe, if let's say the Hamptons up in New York or the Villages in Florida or whatever, if richer places or Beverly Hills were to not have water, one would have to wonder if the reaction would be different. One would have to wonder if things would maybe be a little different, if things would be fixed immediately. Oh, but Mississippi, who cares? Oh, but I thought the politicians were here to take care of us. I'm done. I'm done. Every second that time goes by, every single ticking second, tick tock, tick tock. I'm not saying I'm excited to die or anything, but man, not having to deal with this BS sounds really relaxing. John Wall opens up about last 2.5 years, darkest place I have ever been. And John Wall, here he is talking about the last 2 years of his life.
What have the last 2.5 years been like for you?
Darkest place I've ever been in. I mean, at one point in time, I thought about committing suicide. I mean, because tearing my Achilles, my mom being sick, my mom passing, my grandma passed a year later. All this in the midst of COVID at the same time. Me going to the chemotherapy and sitting there, me seeing my mom take her last breath, wearing the same clothes, but 3 days straight laying on the couch beside her, you know what I mean? Like, all those sacrifices and not having a great support family behind me, my team, the mother of my kids has been great, my 2 boys is my motivation for me. So, like, looking at all that, and I'm like, if I can get through this, I can get through anything in life. And I don't like to brag about it, because like everybody goes through something. You know, we all went through tough times. Nobody got it easy. But I don't think a lot of people could get through what I went through. And to me, to be back on top where I want to be and see the fans still want me to play, having support from my hometown, just support period means a lot. And every time where I had to go find a therapist, you know, a lot of.
Yeah, John Wall's a unique player, man. Because he never, like, took it to the next level of, like, playoff wins, but he was always a fun player, man. But it really proves, because you'll hear from people, oh, athletes have it easy. I don't know. It seems like he has problems, too. I see this here. RJ Barrett is out as a potential part of the New York Knicks trade, and there is $120 million reasons for that. That doesn't mean the idea of a Donovan Mitchell trade to the Knicks from the Jazz is dead. The sides are just not on the same page with what it would look like. Yeah, the New York Knicks kind of spend money in the moment, and they're like, this is going to be what helps us win a championship. But then in the future, when it prevents them from being able to trade for a player, they're like, oh, wait, we probably shouldn't have done that. You ever notice that about the New York Knicks? They love putting themselves in debt. The New York Knicks are like, hey, how can we self-sabotage everything? Oh, wait, that's right. You haven't really accomplished anything, and the only reason we talk about you is because you are the New York Knicks. When we live in the past of Patrick Ewing in the 90s who couldn't get it done, that's when you know that you are a loser of a franchise. That's when you know you don't have much going for you. When you get excited about losing to Michael Jordan. Losers!
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Oh, yes. Following segment was brought to you by the best barber in all of the Bay Area, Rich Cayley. Oh, my God. I just sound passive-aggressive. But he really is the best barber in all of the Bay Area. Here's how it goes down. You go to richkbarber.com and you sign up for an appointment. There might be a chance that he might not be available when you want him to be. You might have to wait 4 days. But do you want to go to like one of those local chains and get an average ass haircut? Or do you want a guaranteed amazing haircut? You go to richkbarber.com and sign up for an appointment and you can join the waiting list. He is over at Salon Loft on West Shore Boulevard, right next door to McDonald's. For all the info, richkbarber.com.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Whoa, hey. Oh, hey. It's like a koala bear crapped a rainbow in my brain.
Call Hoppe now. 856-49-HOPPE. Tweet at him at Ryan Hoppe Radio. Or chat him live via the Hoppe Radio app.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Oh, yeah. 856-49-HOPPE. 856-494-6773. You tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. And let me tell you about my affiliate, Z Radio Live. At ZRadioLive.com. Search up Z Radio Live on Odyssey and tune in and go to ZRadioLive.com for all the info.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go.
We are also on the Quad Pod Network, QOD, POD.com/Ryan Hoppe, and we're on every platform. iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Spreaker, Mixcloud, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify. I'm out of breath. And you get the point. All right. It's time for the best part of the show, in my opinion. Ripping into these dumb celebrities.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
What the hell is going on?
Jennifer Lawrence admits that her own BFF, Amy Schumer, can still shock her.
Oh, man. Them being BFFs, them being best friends forever sounds so pretentious.
During an interview with The New Yorker, Jennifer Lawrence says that she was surprised when her BFF, Amy Schumer, disclosed her liposuction surgery to the public.
Oh, wow, you're so brave. Oh, wow.
Jennifer shares that she thought Amy would have kept the news about her getting liposuction under wraps from the public.
Maybe that's because Amy's a little more genuine than you, Jennifer Lawrence. You uptight, prissy imbecile. She just gives me bad vibes. Nothing against her. I just,
Saying, when she got liposuction, I just assumed that would be a secret. And then it wasn't.
You're making a bigger deal out of it than it is.
It's a part of her. I hate using this word, relatability.
Yeah, because you can't relate to anything. I hate using this word that I need talent.
Jennifer admits that she can see the positives to being real with the public, adding, in some ways, it's benefited her. Look at her obviously successful career.
Wow, it sounds like you're really best friends with her. Caddy. It's obviously helped her career. Yeah, she's a little more relatable than you.
In March, Amy got candid about her liposuction procedure on an episode of Chelsea Handler's podcast, Dear Chelsea.
Oh, God. Dear Chelsea, go away.
Saying, I never thought I was going to do anything like that.
Oh, wow. I'm so sick of hearing about it. Wow, you got a liposuction. Suction. Whoa. We're so proud of you, Amy. You're a real inspiration. Ugh.
Like when I would hear liposuction, I was just like, that's so crazy to me. And
oh my God. They really think they're that important. These celebrities walk all around the world and go, oh my God, I got a liposuction. Good for you.
Khloe Kardashian is sharing about being a mother of two. The Good American co-founder spoke out to Elle, sharing about how it feels having two children.
It's so weird, man. They just pop out kids like TikToks. That joke really went far.
I know it's cliche, but I love everything, even the hard parts.
The Kardashians being cliche? That never happens.
Even the hard parts. My kids challenge me as a person. And being able to shape little people into really incredible big people is an honor and a gift. We have to take those roles seriously, especially in today's day and age, with how much accessibility children have and the information they're exposed to so young. It's super scary, but I take my job very seriously. I love it so much, she gushed. Earlier this month, Khloe and Tristan welcomed a baby boy via surrogate.
I don't care if it was through a surrogate or not. Don't ever go, oh, I deserve a better man. And then you go back to somebody that's literally cheated on you with every NBA side chick ever. Your integrity is dead. Along with your career that you wouldn't have if it wasn't for your mom. Oh yeah, Khloe's so talented. She would totally succeed without her mom.
A rep for the Kardashian star confirmed to multiple outlets.
Yeah.
Back in July, her rep had told Access Hollywood that baby number 2 was on the way.
Oh, that's good. You got a deadbeat NBA player. Not just a deadbeat father, Thompson, but a deadbeat NBA player who looks like just a bad dude whenever he's at the free throw line because he bricks the shot. And also, he just doesn't have much emotion in his face. You look at Thompson and you go, hello? Any personality up there? Anything going on in your brain, buddy boy? And you're just like, not really. But the thing is, I can't imagine him already being a deadbeat father having a second kid.
A source close to the reality star told NBC News at the time that she and the athlete were not back together and had...
Oh yeah, let's have a kid again.
hadn't spoken about anything except co-parenting matters since December.
Oh, that's good.
They are also parents to 4-year-old daughter True Thompson.
Wow.
It was in December that news broke that Tristan was facing a paternity lawsuit from Marilee Nichols.
I feel like he doesn't even care about pulling out. He's just lazy. He's like, oh, this feels too good. I don't care.
Who claimed that the basketball star had fathered her child. She gave birth shortly.
What did they just refer to him? The basketball what?
Basketball star had fathered.
He is not a star. I am sick and tired of the celebrity news sites going, oh, he's one of the stars. No, he's not. He's an average role player. Oh, but we got to use the big clickbait words. Yeah, use it when it's like LeBron, not when it's Tristan Thompson in 2022. Get the hell out of here.
Basketball star had fathered her child. She gave birth shortly after the suit went public. Weeks later, the athlete announced that a paternity test had confirmed he was the father.
Yeah.
And he apologized to Chloe.
I'm sorry, Chloe. I didn't know I was doing every time I have intercourse with a beautiful side chick. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm losing control. Oh, it feels so good the way I'm doing now. I can't do it. Oh, my God, shut up.
Back in April, Chloe told Access Hollywood about co-parenting with Tristan and how
it sucks.
She got a great example of family unity from her parents.
Oh, yeah. The Kardashians. They're the real model for parenting. I mean, anything can be better than Thompson. Just saying.
And Tristan, we see in the thing. He's coming for you, Chloe. Well, how we doing?
He's come a lot, hasn't he?
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Yeah.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Oh, yes. Following segment was brought to you by WestChasePrinting.com. When I tell you that they are the best printing company in all the Bay Area, I'm a man of my words. Go there and tell them I sent you on the invoice at WestChasePrinting.com. Only on
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Shut up!
Welcome back to Hoppe Hour on Z Radio Live.
I'd like a $9,000 prostitute, please. Oh, do you have 9 $1,000 ones? Yeah, good. And if you got an albino, send her up too. And like 20 minutes, I'm gonna be asleep, so get them up here. I had like half a bottle of melatonin, 6 beers, this whole bucket of chicken. Oh, the Sandman is coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
Sylvester Stallone has responded to Jennifer Flavin's claims that he, quote, engaged in the intentional dissipation of marital assets.
I bet this divorce is fun. I'm not saying any divorces are fun, but ugh.
In court documents obtained by Access Hollywood on Tuesday, the 76-year-old actor denied the 54-year-old model's allegations in her divorce filing.
What is he going to admit to it? Narcissist!
In the docs, Stallone's legal team wrote that he had, quote, not engaged in any conduct which constitutes intentional dissipation, depletion, and or waste of marital assets.
I've never liked him, man. I'm not really big into the 80s. I don't live in the past because I wasn't even around. But, oh, wow, he made Rocky and Rambo. Cool. They're average-ass movies at best.
His legal team also denied her request for exclusive use and occupancy of their home in Palm Beach, Florida. As for attorney fees, Flavin asked the court to be mindful of the, quote, conduct of each party that
Oh, yeah. This sounds like a fun divorce.
Could extend the length of the divorce proceedings and ask the court to encourage, quote, mutual cooperation to reduce the cost of litigation.
You know, the lawyers are like, shut up, we want as much money per hour as possible, shut up. Let's drag this on to the next 5 years.
But in his response, Stallone said his wife, quote, hired counsel to represent her and agreed to pay them their legal fees. In his response to her divorce filing, the movie star did not deny her request to restore her maiden name, and he was in agreement that their marriage was, quote, irretrievably broken.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure she was totally with him when she was 29 and he was 54. I'm sure they were totally together because of his riveting personality of Sylvester. Come on. He's handsome, but she was definitely with him because of his, swagger in 1997. But when he's 76 years old, yeah. You're not really trying to date that forever.
Shut up!
Flavin filed a petition for dissolution of marriage and other relief from the Rocky star on August 19th at a court in Palm Beach, Florida, according...
I don't care anymore. They got divorced. Whoa!
Hey, it's Amir for Hollywood Life with your news and entertainment, and let's kick things off today with Serena Williams.
Hell yeah!
Last night, the tennis star kicked off her final U.S. Open run, and her husband and daughter Alexis and Olympia Ohanian were cheering her on from the crowd. Now in photos, which you can see here, Serena wore a black tennis outfit which sparkled with the starry design embossed across the fabric, and her baby girl was wearing a mini version of the same symbol. This was such a cute moment. Okay, but speaking of a moment from last night, let's talk about people mistaking Laverne Cox for Beyonce at the U.S. Open.
Yeah, it's weird as hell. They don't even look alike.
Everyone was watching the long-anticipated match. Fans were looking at the crowd, and at one point, people mistake the former Orange is the New Black star, who was wearing a black mask, for the Renaissance singer. Well, Laverne did not seem to take this the wrong way at all, as she took to Instagram to share her amusement about the situation. There's a lot of people I love to get mistaken for, and Beyonce is definitely one of them.
That was funny commentary. Thank you for that.
All right, and now let's talk about Bradley Cooper and Irina Shayk going on vacation together.
Why?
Week, the former couple went on a tropical getaway along with their daughter, and this caused some people to question where their relationship might stand.
I want to meet the celebrity that just goes to Wisconsin Dells or some water park town. Oh yeah, we're just going to spend $10,000 at this dump of a water park.
An E-News source told the outlet that these two are co-parenting and get along well for the sake of their daughter. They do things.
Yeah, Jason Sudeikis and Olivia Wilde should, write down some notes about not being dirtbags, making it about them and not their kids.
As a family, and it's going well. Recall these two split in 2019 and share a 5-year-old little girl whose name is Leah. We love to see a healthy co-parenting situation. Now let's jump into Chris Rock turning down an offer to host the 2023 Oscars.
Yeah.
During his comedy show at the Arizona Financial Theater, the comedian apparently compared returning to the stage at the Oscars, where he was slapped by Will Smith last year.
Yeah, last year. It was 6 months ago. You mean this year?
Basically as the same thing as returning to the scene of a crime.
Oh, yeah, totally. Getting slapped by an actor. Totally like the scene of a crime. Go to Gary, Indiana, or any bad part of a city and tell me if being punched by an elite person for 10 seconds is equivalent to a crime.
Shia LaBeouf claps back at Olivia Wilde, adding more behind-the-scenes drama to her film, Don't Worry, Darling. Welcome.
I don't know what it is about Olivia. She just gives me bad vibes. Like, get the hell away from me, you demonic woman. And I don't even know what she's doing to give me bad vibes, but you just look at her and you're like, ugh.
Everyone to Entertainment Tonight. Kevin Frazier's off today.
No, Kevin Frazier's off? How are we going to survive?
Less than 48 hours after Olivia's viral interview about Harry Styles, her split from Jason Sudeikis, and claims of firing Shia, well, Shia just poured more fuel on this Hollywood feud.
Certain people on set really believed in this really unfair social hierarchy that was only getting in the way of people's best work.
Oh, yeah. It's you projecting about yourself? Because you're a narcissist. You might even be a borderline sociopath, and you can never admit when you're ever wrong. So you make it about everybody else. Man, Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis must have been the most pretentious marriage ever. Yuck.
After telling Variety she fired Shia because his combative energy came in the way of her having a safe, trusting environment on set.
Yeah, I could see Shia being like, yeah, let's go. Just snorted a pound of coke, let's go. And I could see her being like, yeah, we don't need that here. That's just two egos that I don't see meshing at all. You know what I mean? I would love to be a fly on the wall, but those two dummies.
Shia is not having it and is providing receipts.
I would consider myself an immersive actor. I hate acting because it feels like you can get it wrong. I hate losing. You know, I like to win.
Shia LaBeouf's gotten cooler with age, man. I don't know what he's doing, not getting drunk at Walgreens in 2007 in downtown Chicago or getting into car crashes, but I really like Shia's new act, man. He's kind of cool.
Variety obtained text messages allegedly sent by Shia to Olivia announcing his departure from the film August 17th, 2020. This morning, a video with the hashtag Time's Up Olivia leaked to Twitter, allegedly shot 2 days later. It shows Olivia seemingly begging Shia to reconsider a
That dirty, rotten imbecile ran her mouth, making it seem like it's everybody else's fault. And then she gets caught. Olivia Wilde just seems like an awful person.
Alluding to a conflict between Shia and then co-star Florence Pugh.
Oh, what, they bang?
Shia, I'm not ready to give up on this yet. I think this might be a bit of a wake-up call for Miss Flo. If she really commits, if she really puts her mind and heart into it at this point. And if you guys can make peace, what do you think?
I don't know. I think you're a really bad person, Olivia Wilde. And Harry, frankly, isn't that lucky to be banging you? I'm just saying. I'm sure he's a really generous lover. Watermelon. What I'm saying is I don't see Jason Sudeikis really caring. He's like, I'm Jason Sudeikis. I ain't putting any work in today. Kind of like my acting skills.
Hope.
Fans have noticed Pugh has been mostly social media silent when it comes to promoting Don't Worry, Darling. She has not commented to Variety about their article.
What is she going to say? Oh, yeah. Me and Shia banged in the trailer and then it got really awkward because my period came late.
So why didn't Shia continue on the film? In an email to Olivia obtained by Variety, Shia tells his side, quote, "You and I both know I quit your film because your actors and I couldn't find time to rehearse."
What I like about Shia is he came from the Disney Channel and then made okay movies in the 2000s. So it's not that no one respects Shia, but no one expects him to be this spicy guy with comebacks. Like you would never go, oh, watch out for Shia, but here he is.
Adding Olivia's media narrative is attractive clickbait.
Not everyone gets this opportunity.
Ultimately, Olivia replaced Shia with now boyfriend Harry Styles, who preaches this message.
I gotta skip over this. Copyright.
For Shia,
I like to argue because it made me feel like I was in power.
Yeah, he's a contrarian. Well, on the contrary.
He's more than 600 days sober and has...
That's good for him, man. That's really good.
...found faith. In an interview with Bishop Robert Barron, Shia explained why he converted to Roman Catholicism.
Oh, God.
It wasn't like I willingly came in here. My life was a mess, complete.
Whatever you got to do, man, but trust me, going to church, boring. More about Shia.
Was on the cusp of being one of the biggest stars in the world before an arrest, car crash, rehab, and assault allegation.
Wow, Mario Lopez really throwing some shade. Yeah, he could have been great, but he's such a scumbag. Oh, shut up, Mario. I bet you're a delight. I bet you're a scumbag leech. Oh, wait, that's right. You cheat all the time. Throwing shade when you gotta look yourself in the mirror, buddy boy.
Shia LaBeouf was on the cusp of being one of the biggest stars in the world before an arrest, car crash, rehab, and assault allegation.
What about you cheating on your wife on your honeymoon? What about that, Mario?
Derailed his rise. Well, now he's found inner peace, detailing his survival journey in a candid new interview.
I had a gun on the table. I was out of here. I didn't want to be alive anymore when all of this happened.
Relatable at times. Sometimes I just wake up in the morning. I would never kill myself, but I'm like, not today.
Shame like I had never experienced before. Kind of shame you forget how to breathe. You don't know where to go.
Shia took a deep dive into the darkest point of his life during a conversation yesterday with Catholic Bishop Robert Barron.
I walked into this, my life was on fire. I was walking out of hell. I didn't want to be an actor anymore, and my life was a mess, complete mess, and I had hurt a lot of people.
Shia's critical turning point came in 2020 while researching the role of Padre Pio for the new biopic about the saint.
Say Christ is Lord! Say Christ is Lord! Get out! Get out!
At this point, I'm nuclear. Nobody wants to talk to me, including my mother. The manager's not calling, the agent's not calling.
You really hit rock bottom. So your solution, become a Roman Catholic. Makes sense.
I'm not connected to the business anymore.
Yeah.
And so the fact that this man reached out to me felt like something like in my egoic mind, wow, this is a miracle.
What are we doing?
Changing the world. This was also at the same time Shia was set to star in Olivia Wilde's Don't Worry, Darling. Olivia.
So we heard about that. This is the second video about it. Here's my thing. Is Shia LaBeouf really going to be Roman Catholic? Or is he just doing this for attention and he'll go every Christmas? Because to me, you're only a Catholic if you waste one of your 24 hours by going to church every week. And if not, shut up.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Oh, yes. Following segments brought to you by quadpod.com, QODPOD.com/Ryan Hoppe. The best around. No one's going to keep me down.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
The following message is from Dwayne the Mattress Guy from Mattress by Appointment, Hillsborough.
Hey, Ryan, just calling in for Hoppe in the Morning. Your podcast's been killing it lately. Been loving it. Got the good vibes going. Nice job. That's right. We're doing 50 to 80% off retail. We've got the $25 down plan. Got to call me, text me. You know my number, 813-452-5555. We'll set up a private showing. Come take a look at all the queens that I've got on display, but I've also got kings, fulls, and twins. Whatever you like. We're taking on the same day. Just the other day, a guy was in Javane, came in, I think 2 weeks ago. He was looking for a king, got the mattress and the box spring. And he had a 1 o'clock appointment with me on, I think it was on a Thursday. And we had it in his bedroom before 2 o'clock. It was like 10 minutes to 2. I was pulling up to his house. So, I mean, it's not easy. And, I take care of my people. One-on-one. I don't have a bunch of employees. Yeah, 813-452-5555. Ryan, you're doing a good job there. Thanks a lot. Appreciate all your help, and that's why I love using Mattress by Appointment to sponsor the podcast. Take it easy, man.
Welcome back to Hoppe Hour on Z Radio Live.
Finally, I'm one of those guys who can't wait to get to work in the morning. Like a dairy cow.
Oh! Oh! Oh, yes! Yes! Oh!
Happy Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
We want to begin this half hour, though, with a check of the headlines. InfoWars broadcaster Alex Jones is being sued again by families of the victims of the Sandy Hook school shooting.
Now, is this taking place in a court in Texas? Because he didn't have to pay that much, not that much, to any other person. $500,000 would seem like a lot, but to anybody else, including him, any rich person, that's whatever, because he's supposed to pay like $20 million. Now, are you going to court in, let's say, Texas or anywhere else? Because you go to any other courtroom in any other place but Texas, he's paying a little more out of his pocket.
9 families, in fact, are accusing the far-right conspiracy theorist of systematically transferring millions of dollars to himself and his relatives while claiming bankruptcy. They say...
Yeah, Alex Jones doing sketchy things. What a surprise. You're telling me that Alex Jones is not a good person, not someone you want to hang out with? Whoa, that's just breaking news. Alex Jones will always be a scumbag. A very talented scumbag, but a scumbag nonetheless. He's like if Mancow and Rush Limbaugh had a baby.
Jones was attempting to avoid paying them as they seek damages from Jones for falsely claiming the shooting was a hoax.
Yeah. I wonder if there's any part of him that regrets saying that, or if the fact that he's kind of getting away with it doesn't really bother him.
So I woke up this morning and I realized that there's a lot going on in my head that I haven't really shared with anyone, really.
What up, Britney Spears speaking out and on her own terms.
I'm here, honestly, just to open myself to others and try to shed a light on.
I was confused where she was saying open herself. I'm like, well, you have Sam for that.
And if anyone out there has ever gone through hardships or whatever it is, just to put a light on it, and so that person doesn't feel alone, because I really know what that feels like.
The singer shared a 22-minute voice memo on...
Yeah, you know, when you've been screwed over by your family, you definitely can relate to being unhappy.
YouTube, making a series of confessions, including how she lost her faith while fighting to get out of her 13-year conservatorship, which her father Jamie controlled.
Yeah, I can imagine when that's going on. It's kind of hard to believe in the guy up on the second floor.
Main thing, I to this day, I kind of stopped believing in God at that time because I didn't know how they could have 40 people leave my house a day and me work from 8 to 6 at night. Be seen changed every time I changed in the shower. No privacy, no door, nothing.
She just sounds defeated, man. It's really depressing.
How did they get away with it, and what the did I do to deserve that?
Call Hoppe now.
Wrong button. Take 2.
Jamie had no comment about Britney's latest claims, which also include the pop princess questioning why her mom Lynn and sister Jamie Lynn never stepped in to help.
The whole thing that...
Because they were hiding behind daddy and his money. Because Jamie Lynn's a loser, and the mom's an even bigger loser.
Made it really confusing for me is these people are on the street fighting for me, but my sister and my mother aren't doing anything. To me, it was like they secretly, honestly liked me being the bad one, like I was messed up, and they kind of just liked it that way.
I agree. You don't look at Jamie Lynn Spears and go, oh man, why didn't she become famous? She's a loser. A loser. Any other name attached to her, and she's not famous. Jamie Lynn Johnson, she might not even get that role on TV, but because of Spears, she's able to leech off of Britney. The difference is she has no talent.
Otherwise, why weren't they outside my doorstep saying, baby girl, get in the car, let's go? I think that's the main thing that hurt me.
The thing about hearing all this from Britney is you go like, man, I'm not trying to talk crap when I say this, but it makes you really grateful you don't live a famous life, you know?
I couldn't process how my family went along with it for so long.
Lynn was quick to fire back at Britney's claims, posting this black and white image of her daughter to Instagram. She writes, I have tried my best to support your dreams and wishes, and also I have tried my best to help you out of hardships. I have never and will never turn my back on you.
No, I'll just try to leech off of your money. Oh, let me see this quote here. Right here. I have tried my best to support your dreams and wishes. Oh, really? So during the 13 years that your dirtbag loser husband that you won't leave because of the money, you talentless piece of excrement, and actually comparing you to a talentless piece of excrement is insulting a piece of crap because you're nothing more than a loser, Britney's mom. Oh, you really cared about Britney? Then why weren't you out in front of everybody at the protest saying, end the conservatorship, end the conservatorship? Oh, that's right. You like the perks that came from it, you dirty, rotten piece of crap.
And also, I have tried my best to help you out of hardships. I have never and will never turn my back on you.
I will never turn my back on you. Your back has been turned to your daughter since day one, you dummy.
Your rejections to the countless times I have flown out and calls make me feel hopeless.
Hey, can you pay for everything? Let's hang out. Whoa, you're flying out to hang out with her after you exploited her and didn't defend your own daughter? You're telling me she doesn't want to hang out with your old ass? Whoa! Narcissist!
I have tried everything. I love you so much, but this talk is for you and me only, eye to eye, in private.
And this post should have been in private too, but I gotta make it about me because I'm Britney's mom, and besides giving birth to her, I have no redeeming talent. Speaking of bad people.
Meghan Markle's still healing from her traumatic experience with the royal family.
Oh, get over it. You're in America now. You got what you wanted. Oh, it's so true. The tale we hear that she was at the bar and she saw Prince Harry and had no idea who he was. If you believe that, you also think The Bachelorette is real. Garbage.
It's a confession she makes in the Cut's fall fashion issue, getting real about her journey from Hollywood actress to the Duchess of Sussex.
Relax, you weren't really an actress, you were just in a few shows. Whoever went, oh my God, I'm such a big fan of Meghan Markle's acting.
Quote, my entire job was tell me where to stand, tell me what to say, tell me how to say it, tell me what to wear, and I'll do it.
How about this? How about this? Be quiet. Just don't talk for once. this next person could take that advice too.
Demi Lovato is done documenting her life.
So then, if you're done documenting your life, you don't even need to tell us that you're done documenting your life. Because when you're saying you're done documenting your life, you're actually documenting your life about not documenting your life. You boring, must make it about me narcissist.
Demi Lovato is done documenting her life. For now. While talking to the alternative press, the 30-year-old singer got honest about filming 3 documentaries while going through sobriety in their 20s.
Oh, wow, you're so brave, Demi. She's the worst.
Admitting they probably won't do that again. Quote, honestly, I'm really sick of watching myself, and I think other people probably are too. And if they aren't, then they can watch my music videos.
Trust me, we're not thinking about you, Demi. We're not like, oh my God, please don't leave us. We're actually hoping you leave.
Told the outlet. In the past, Demi has been very open with fans about their life.
Oh, wow. She's open in the ways that she wants to be open. You know what I mean? She's only telling us what she wants us to know. You know what I mean? Just saying.
They have released 3 documentaries, all which touch on their struggles with mental health and substance abuse.
Maybe
the most recent docuseries, 2020.
Maybe you are, how do I word this? I'm trying to be nice here. Maybe the documentaries is what's making you relapse and have problems.
Once Demi Lovato Dancing with the Devil addressed the singer's near-fatal 2018 drug overdose.
And then she was like, I have survivor's remorse that Mac Miller overdosed and why didn't I? It's like, shut up. Stop making it about you. I'm not saying you don't have survivor's remorse. I'm not saying you do. But nobody's going, oh, wow, she's so woke and aware that she survived and Mac Miller didn't. Quit making everything about you. You're not that important. You're going to be dead someday and you'll be forgotten about in 100 years.
Where she suffered a heart attack, multiple strokes, and brain damage.
Thank God she's here, though.
Pete Davidson is focusing on his career after his split from Kim Kardashian. A source spoke out to Us Weekly and tells the publication how the Saturday Night Live comedian is handling life after their breakup.
I want to know this. I want to know, is he going to go through a little bit of a dry spell? Because for a minute there, he was getting girl after woman. Here's the thing. If you get dumped by Kim Kardashian, it makes you wonder what he was doing wrong. And maybe the whole trying to fix Pete Davidson when you've gone through 20 women in Hollywood in about 4, 5, 6, 7 years, whatever the time frame's been, maybe they're going to be tired of it.
Pete is focusing on himself and his career right now and trying to make himself happy.
Whenever somebody says they're focusing on themselves and their career, that means they're not getting laid. Oh, after this breakup, I'm just focusing on myself. Yeah, because you're not getting laid.
He's got a huge career ahead of him and has a ton of irons in the fire post SNL.
That's how I was after my breakup. I was like, I got so much into work, Shut up, you're not getting laid.
Source told the publication. Kim and Pete called it quits earlier in August after 9 months of dating.
Yeah, we know.
Is Taylor Swift reigniting her feud with Kim Kardashian?
Yeah, because she's got no redeeming talents. No one cares about her. Nothing's really happening. So she needs to reignite something to get attention. I want to see Taylor Swift make something or collaborate with somebody and have it be her original idea. Not music about how it's everybody else's fault and not books that are copying other books. I want to see an original idea from Taylor Swift.
The 32-year-old singer dropped big news at Sunday night's 2022 VMAs when she revealed she is dropping her latest album, Midnights, on October 21st.
Take your time. No one really cares besides all the Swifties.
But that isn't any ordinary Friday.
Yeah.
Fans quickly notice it is also the Skim founder's 42nd birthday.
Oh, that's cool. There's only one way that news would be exciting.
Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour is now over. Hoppe Hour is now over. Hoppe Hour is now over.